This Monday morning edition of Pucks Across Borders on Sports Addict Live and Total Apex Sports, brought to you by the one and only First Round Collectibles. What's your favorite sport? Hockey, football, basketball, baseball, maybe wrestling, maybe even boxing, whatever you want. First Round Collectibles has a sports card related to your favorite sport. And right now, if you're using our promo code Sports Addict, get 10% off every sports card in the store. Hundreds and hundreds of cards, 10% off with our promo code Sports Addict. Right now, they have an ongoing sale up to 50% off selected cards. And with the promo code Sports Addict, not only do you get 10% off of regular price cards, but sales cards as well. Go to firstroundcollectibles.com today and find your heroes. That's the number one, STRoundcollectibles.com. First Round Collectibles, sports cards for sports fans.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Yeah. Oh yeah, the beast back. Adrenaline pumping through my veins. Can't relax. Original. I am not the same as these cats.
Welcome to Pucks Across Borders on a Monday morning. Good to be here. Lots to get into from 4 games on the ice last night. Only 2 games in the NHL tonight. A little bit of a lighter slate. Get caught up on some baseball. Get caught up on some basketball playoffs. Or maybe reintroduce yourself to your family, which I know I should probably do sometime soon. But nevertheless, 2 games to get into tonight. But before we get into all of that, as always, I am Mark Sauter. Beautiful day and great to be here. Like I said yesterday, all is positive in Toronto. No bad vibes. The city has just never been better. At the top of your screen, right next to me, right where he belongs, he's back. John, how we feeling on a Monday? I will say you read his work about the NFL on gridironheroics.com. John, good to see you, man. How we feeling?
Great intro as always. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I'm very much interested in getting into this hockey playoffs. I know I've been gone for a few days, but I know we're getting into the intense part of the first round, and I'm looking forward to talking about it for the better or worse, because I know you guys are in the middle of it.
Yeah, for better or worse is right. And at the bottom of your screen, you read his work about the NFL on Gridiron Heroics as well. You read his gambling picks on winners and whiners. You read his NHL analysis and analysis on other sports as well on TotalApexSports.com. You see him all over Total Apex Sports talking every sport known to man. And you were live in the flesh for the Rangers sweep last night. Andre, how you doing, and how are you still awake? Or awake in general?
I'm awake, I think, through, what did I call it? Friendship magic. That's what's holding the Knicks together.
Wow. Yeah.
So, this is proof that I was at the game, though. I will Washington Capitals towel. I don't care. I was using it to wipe my hands yesterday. But yeah, I was there. It was fun. It was a good time.
That's your washroom rag. Well, let's just get right to it, man. So, 3 teams go up 3-1 in their series, and 1 team finishes it off. And let's start with that. Andre, what was your takeaway from the NHL last night?
I think everyone knows where I'm going with this. It was the game I went to. The New York Rangers in the nation's capital took down a Washington team that was desperate and that played pretty well. They controlled stretches of that game. They made pushes. They looked like they didn't want to go home, which it was really the first time all series where it seemed like Washington cared for the most part. You can omit Ovechkin because he's actually just a turnstile out there. He can't move, but they survived. They a lot of pushes, a lot of good chances for Washington. They held on though. They kept it tied, or I guess never trailed is a better way to put it after taking that early lead. And Panarin, the guy we kind of said, hey, he's overdue for a good game. Yesterday, he had the go-ahead goal on the power play. It was his second point of the night at that time, early in the third period. That was the lead the Rangers never gave back. They hit the empty net with less than a minute left, closed out the series. And closing it out is always the hardest win to get. You saw it with the Canes. You saw it with the Panthers. You see it all the time in every sport. It's the fourth win is always the hardest. So I know how a lot of people feel about the Capitals, but it's still a team that doesn't want to go home. And it shows a lot that they were able to avoid that fifth game. They were able to just stamp it, end it now. And this Rangers team, it's going to be a tougher test in the second round, no matter who it is. But the special teams looks good again. 5-on-5, they're fine. Igor looks sharp. Filipino might be coming back. There's rumblings of that. So they're right where they need to be. They got themselves the extra rest they deserve to heal up, especially Adam Fox, who took a beating yesterday. Both unintentional and intentional for some weird reason. Tom will.
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out to the Washington fans. I said this to you privately that like I do love the self-awareness by the Washington fans and the understanding of the moment. And when that game was over, they gave their boys standing O, cheered them off the ice. They know that they weren't supposed to be there. Everybody knew they weren't going to beat the Rangers, barring some Rangers collapse. Like, you're not going to outplay the Rangers. The Rangers have to give you the series is pretty much how that was going to go if the Capitals were to actually win it. And so shout out to the Washington fans. And the Rangers just did what they had to do. You're absolutely right. I thought the second period especially, I thought the Capitals dominated. Dominated might be a strong word, but I thought Washington controlled most of the play, especially in that second period. And the Rangers just locked it down and did what they had to do. So shout out. I'll also say both your Knicks and your Rangers made me some money yesterday. So thank you for the empty net goal. And thank you for the 76ers being the 76ers. So, yeah, good day for me in New York sports as well, even though I really could care less. And you're all a thorn in my side as a Toronto sports fan, but it is what it is. All right, moving on. John, what do you got, man? You're back. You're ready to go. What do you got as your takeaway in the NHL last night?
I know I missed a few days, but recapping the weekend series, I want to give a shout out to the Vancouver Canucks. In the beginning, during our playoff preview, I thought Vancouver was the biggest high seed on upset alert. I thought Nashville would be the team to take them down, and I don't want to count Nashville out yet, but like so far, Vancouver's looking very good, even with Demko's injury report. So far, Vancouver's up 3-1, taking care of business, and I couldn't be more wrong. And I'm not counting Nashville out just yet because, you never know what's going to go on in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But Vancouver has a lot more resilience than I thought they did. I thought they were backpedaling into the playoffs, but they're showing me so far that they have a lot more fight than I gave them credit for. So I want to give a shout out to the Vancouver Canucks just for securing a 3-1 series lead. They haven't won the series yet. Don't get me wrong. They still have work to do, but they're doing a lot better than I thought they did. And so far, at this very moment, on today's show at least, I have to admit I was wrong. unless Nashville has a miraculous comeback, I might have to admit I was wrong.
But you know what, though, John? Like, I picked Nashville to upset Vancouver, too, and we've all been riding high on Vancouver all year long, even with kind of how they were looking towards the end. But I picked Nashville to win the series, too, and I don't think that you were wrong or that we were wrong. I think that, like, obviously the result were wrong. Like, wins and losses are the only thing that matters. However, Nashville should be up 3-1 in the series. Like, there's no questions about it. That game Friday night was a Thursday night or Friday night. I think Friday night. I mean, Nashville was the better team. Vancouver barely got pucks to the net, and Nashville just couldn't capitalize. Andre, you broke it down yesterday. The Canucks scored two goals on the first 11 shots. And that was it. That was the game. And then yesterday, Nashville's up 3-1 with 2 minutes left. And you pull the goalie, you get the 3-2 goal, pull the goalie again, get the game tying goal, and the clock didn't even hit 19. And Lindholm scores and the game is over. Boom. So literally within 3 minutes, 2 minutes in the third, 1 minute in overtime, within 3 minutes, boom, Vancouver scores 3 goals and wins the game. So yes, John, according to wins and losses, we were wrong, but Nashville should be up 3-1 in this series. And you gotta, I don't know what percentage you give it to Vancouver, what percentage you give it to Nashville, for losing, but when you face 3 different goalies in 3 games or 4 games, Nashville, you gotta capitalize on that opportunity, man. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But going back to Vancouver, I don't know. That's going to be tough. I'll go to Winnipeg. I think honorable mention to the Oilers and the Kings last night. That was a great hockey game. The Oilers, man, I never thought that with that Oilers team, that Stuart Skinner, and he's had a great year, it's no disrespect to him, but I did not think that Stuart Skinner would steal a game for the Oilers. I thought maybe either Cam Talbot or Riddick would maybe steal a game for the Kings, but on the flip side, Oilers 13 shots. The shots were 33-13. The Kings dominated a lot of that hockey game and just couldn't get a goal. Oilers got 1, and that's all they needed. So shout out to the Oilers, and that was the defense from the Kings that you and I talked about yesterday, Andre. That world-class defense, but the offense just couldn't get it done. In Colorado, the Avalanche did it again, man. You called the -1.5 for the Avalanche, Andre. I just continue. I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm just continued to be amazed by how that Colorado team flips a switch. Yet again, Winnipeg is in the game for 30, 40 minutes. Yes, Colorado controlled the majority of that game, but Winnipeg, they're getting big saves, they're hanging around, they're doing what they got to do, and less than a minute left in the second period, Colorado makes it 3-1, and it's curtains, and it's just incredible to me how this Colorado team flips a switch. And the truth of the matter is, when it comes to Winnipeg is not built to play that way. They have to, we talked about this the whole weekend, man. They have to slow the game down. They have to be tight defensively, and they need their goaltender to be world class. And I love Connor Hellebuck, man. He's probably going to win the Vezina, but he just hasn't given them the big save when they need it. And consequently, the offense hasn't delivered that strike when they've needed to. And Georgiev, man, like we thought the sky was falling after game one. He stopped 26 pucks yesterday on 27 shots. And it's just, I don't know if the Avalanche are playing Vegas or if they're playing Dallas or maybe even Vancouver. I think those teams are better suited to play this run and gun fast style of hockey game. But the Winnipeg Jets, they have to grind you out, and they're just not. They just can't find a way to do it. So Colorado goes up 3-1, going back to the whiteout on Tuesday night. And I read a tweet. I can't remember who posted it. I would give you credit if I remember, but I forget who posted it. But the Maple Leafs are playing on Tuesday, and the game after that is the Winnipeg Colorado game. And someone tweeted out, Hockey Night in Canada is going to be a Canadian funeral on Tuesday. And I thought, oh man, that's depressing, bro. We just started the playoffs and we're already here. But hey, that's all. I promise. Scouts honor. That is all I will say about the Maple Leafs today. I'm not going there. Today. All right, let's move on. 2 games on the ice tonight. One at 7:10, another one at 9:40, which means one at 9:10, at 7:10, and one at like 10:10, because these West Coast games are just getting pushed so friggin' late. But hey, it is what it is. 'Tis the season. I was talking to my father-in-law about this, how and my brother-in-law too, how because they're huge basketball fans, and so we were both talking about how we forgot how exhausting the playoffs are, man. Watching sports until 1:30 every night, it's a grind. But anyway, first game of the night, the Tampa Bay Lightning still hanging on for dear life. They got the win the other night. They are down 3-1 in the series. They are now back in Sunrise. Florida is minus 192. Tampa Bay plus 160. The over is 6.5 at minus 105. The under is minus 115. Plus 1.5 for the Lightning is minus 162. Minus 1.5 for the Panthers is plus 136. Andre, let's go to you first, man. What do you see in this game tonight?
I told you after they went down 3-0, and I'm sticking with it. I think this series has a 6 game in it. I think they're going back to a Molly. Plus 160, give me the Lightning to win. They've played well in this series. We just talked about how Vancouver should be up 3-1. I'm not going to say that applies to Tampa, but they've played well in every single game of this series. And they had a 3-0 hole to show for it. But John Cooper challenged them. Mikhail Sergachev is back. They finally got that first win. The first win is the second hardest to get besides the last one. So that's out of the way. Stamkos just can't stop scoring goals.
Yeah.
I like what this Lightning team has going for them right now. I think they're going to win tonight. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I feel like they might push a game 7. But for now, I'm just going to stick with forcing a game 6 still. Give me that Tampa plus 160 and the over. Their offense has another great day. The Panthers obviously fight back, try to make it a game, but they come up short again, and they have to fly back to Tampa.
I hope that they push a game 7, man, or at least a game 6, because we need some drama, dude. Like we need, like these series are just flying by, bro. Like we need some sort of like hold our breath and see what happens, because as of right now, it's just not been that as far as the series leads go. John, what about you, man? What do you see in this one?
I think Florida's going to wrap it up tonight, mainly because I know Tampa Bay had a good showing in Game 4, but like I felt like that was avoiding a real sweep and maybe leading into a gentleman's sweep, so to speak. We all talked about how good Tampa
Oh,
Yeah, I think we got a man down mid-sentence. Oh, he's back.
you back, John? Nope.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go on about this game, and then when John comes back, he can kind of chime in here. Yeah, I mean, I disagree with John. I think Tampa Bay is winning this game too. And I mean, like you touched on, Andre.
Am I okay now?
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, you're back. Yeah, go ahead, dude. Go ahead. All right. So,
Sorry. Am I okay now?
Yeah, you're good. You're good for now.
For now. Sorry. Technical difficulties, let's just call it.
You're good.
I'll wrap it up quickly in case this happens again. I think Florida's going to wrap it up tonight. I think Tampa Bay got their mercy game out of the way. Florida has the elite goaltending, and I know at the beginning of the series I picked Tampa Bay to win this series, but I think Florida's goaltending has proven to be too much, and I don't think Tampa Bay can hold up forever. And going back to Sunrise, I think Florida is going to wrap it up. So betting-wise, Florida 60-minute line, I think that would be my bet in this game.
Yeah, to me, I just feel like. Sorry, guys. 1 second here. Yeah. So okay. Sorry, I got a son on the loose over here. So for me in this game, I actually agree with Andre here. Surprise, surprise. I think Tampa wins this game tonight. I think they go to a game 6. The one thing that Tampa does have, and I know that Florida has it too, to an extent, but not to the same extent as Tampa Bay, is just like championship pedigree. And I don't think I picked Tampa to win this series too. I actually think we all did, but I don't think Tampa can come back in this series. Even if they push a game 7, I feel like Florida has enough to get the job done. I don't think Tampa can win 4 games straight. That being said, how poetic would that be, eh? Boston's up 3-1 in the series. Florida comes back and wins, and then Florida's up 3-1 in the series, and then the other team comes back and wins. That would be nice sports poetry, but I don't see that happening. But that being said, you said it, Andre. Stamkos is on a mission, man. 5 goals. He got 1 or 2 the other night. I can't remember, but Stamkos has 5 goals. He's finding a way to get it done. Not only did they come out and win that game, they scored 6. And Bobrovsky's numbers through the first 3 games were really good. He now has a 3.21 goals against and an 874 save percentage. Like that game, like you look at the stats and not the context, and you would think that Bob is having an awful series, and he hasn't. He's been phenomenal. But that game the other night kind of took that like off the rails a little bit. So I think Tampa Bay fights back. I think they find a way to win. I will take that money line. That plus 160 to me, like I get it, but 192 for the Panthers, who just got beat 6-3. I don't know, man. I'll take that plus 160. And Stammer. I don't know if we're allowed to call these players by their nicknames since we just sit on our couch and eat Cheetos. Like, do we have the pedigree to? I prefer like the crunchy Cheetos personally. The fluffy ones get stuck at the top of my mouth. But either way, I don't know if I have the pedigree to use the nickname Stammer, but I will. That's what sports media is all about, just sounding like you're one of the guys, even though you're not. And I'll take Steven Stamkos to get a goal plus 140. And I think it's worth a sprinkle. Carter Verhaeghe, man, plus 165. If the Panthers have a chance to close out this game, he's going to be the one to score it. That's just what he does. So plus 165 for Verhaeghe and plus 140 for Stamkos. All right, moving on. The second and final game of the night, the Dallas Stars start to make the series a little interesting with the win. They are down in this series 2-1. Vegas is minus 102 at home. Dallas favored at minus 118 on the road. The over is 6 at plus 105, and the under is minus 125. Minus 1.5 for the Stars is plus 215. Plus 1.5 for Vegas is minus 265. John, we'll start with you, man. What do you see in this game tonight?
I see that the road team has won all 3 games in this series, and I think I'm going to go with game 4 for road teams winning. I think Dallas is going to even it up, and I think them winning game 3 is a bigger deal than we might be talking about. Kept them alive in this series, I believe, 100%. And I think we've talked about Dallas near the end of the year, at least. They're a team that can fight offensively, and I'm not really of the belief Vegas has a real home ice advantage. And I think this team is too talented to think it's going to go away quietly. So I'm going to say Dallas money line. I know it's like minus 118 according to our graphic here. So I know that might be a little bit hesitant for some of our bettors listening to this podcast, but I just feel like this is going to be a longer series than anticipated. This might go 7 games. Give me Dallas money line tonight.
Yeah, I'm taking Dallas too, and consequently, which I think I've said twice now in this show, I'm very smart these days. I'm going to take the under 6 at minus 125. I think in order for Dallas to win, they have to get saves. Like, once that dam starts to break, it breaks. And I don't think if Vegas scores 3 or more goals, I think they win. Because I just think like Dallas will score goals and Dallas will contribute offensively. They will, but they have to get a save. And so I do think in order for Dallas to win, this game does have to go under. And that's where I'm going to go with it. Under 6 at minus 125, minus 118. 2 days straight, I've been hitting goal scoring props, and I'm going to go back to who I went to, who scored the overtime winner the other night. Wyatt Johnston, man, plus 180 for this kid to score a goal. I think is a very, very good price. I think that's great value for a guy who's been doing it all year long. So give me Wyatt Johnston at plus 180. Give me the Dallas Stars at minus 118, and I'll take the under at minus 125. Andre, what do you see here?
Yeah, I'm not giving up on the Stars, but they've been outplayed in this series. It's kind of concerning how firmly Vegas has their foot on Dallas's neck, metaphorically speaking. But I will say, Game 3, huge win. Not just because they avoided the 3-0 hole, but they lost 6 straight to this Golden Knights team dating back to last year's Western Conference Finals when they got sent home. So they finally have a game where they get the monkey off the back, so to speak. They come out and say, oh, we can't actually beat this team. That's important mentally. We've talked about goalies needing to get in a rhythm. I think a team being able to see, after 60 minutes, after 80 minutes, whatever, we will be the ones celebrating against like the Golden Knights. Like, we can do this. The first one's really hard. So I'm going to back them again. I think it's telling that they're favorites on the road, even against a team that they're trailing in the series against. And I still think they're the better team. Ottinger against Vegas does concern me a little bit. It seems like a nightmare scenario, but they only allowed 2 goals last game. That's fine. That if you're the Stars, you think you do that, you're going to win every time, because this Dallas offense should be scoring 3, 4, 5 every single time they take the ice. So I'm taking the over, and I'm taking the Stars money line.
Yeah, that's 100% right. And I mean, listen, Logan Thompson, he's been no slouch, man. He's been phenomenal in this playoffs. 214 goals against, 927 save percentage. The guy's been unreal. But I trust Dallas's offense more than I trust Vegas's offense. So Ottinger's the one who needs to get the big save, and Dallas's offense will absolutely come through. I'm right there with you. All right, let's move on. Wrap up the show with our best bets, brought to you by First Round Collectibles. Right now, with our promo code Sports Addict, get 10% off every single sports card in the whole store. We're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cards. They have an ongoing sale up to 50% off selected cards. And with the promo code Sports Addict, not only do you get 10% off of regular priced items, but sales items as well. So go to firstroundcollectibles.com today. That's the number one, STRoundcollectibles.com. First Round Collectibles, sports cards for sports fans. Promo code Sports Addict for 10% off every card in the store. John, you're back. You get the privilege. Start us off. What is your best bet? You're healthy. You were in concussion protocol. Now you're back. It's time to contribute, John. What do you got for your best bet?
Well, I hope I don't lose our bettors' money. I like the Dallas money line tonight. I feel like they're gonna tie it 2-2 tonight. I think they're too good of a team not to go down quietly here. The road team's been winning every single game so far on the ice, and Dallas is one of the top 3 teams in the league in goals per game. So I just have a feeling Dallas is gonna show something tonight to make them stay alive in this series.
Absolutely love it. Andre, what about you, bro? What do you got here?
Yeah, he's going with that Dallas money line that we all picked, and I'm going to go with a total again because that's my thing in the playoffs, apparently. Over 6.5 in Lightning versus Panthers. I like what both offenses are doing in this series. I think they've both – obviously, they have the firepower. I think they've both found the way to crack these goalies. I think the way that these games have played out, they've been a little faster, a little more open. So I really like the over in this one. I expect another high-scoring game.
That Jets offense let you down in that over yesterday, bro. That should have been all they needed was one more, dude. 5-2, and you're talking about another over, the 4th straight over in that game. So I've felt for you in that one. All right. For me, I'm kind of bouncing between a few different ones. I think I'm going to go. So honorable mention. I really like the under in that Dallas Vegas game. I really do believe that if John's prediction, all of our predictions, but if John's best bet of Dallas winning hits, I think the game has to go under because Ottinger has to show up. And so I really do like that under. However, I have been very, very impressed with Toronto's own pending free agent, Steven Stamkos. He has been playing so well. Kucherov has been absolutely neutralized in this series. And next man up, Stamkos has been playing out of his mind. 5 goals already. And I do think whether Tampa wins or loses, I think Stamkos is going to do everything he can to help his team survive another day. Give me a Steven Stamkos goal plus 140 for Steven Stamkos to put the puck in the net. Steven Stamkos, anytime goal plus 140.
I agree with that. I like that one. What did I say? Yesterday or 2 days ago, I said, no. With Stamkos, I said his goal score is like free money or something like that in this series.
Something like that. Yeah, man. That's what it's been.
Yeah, but so first game of the night, there you go. Stamkos, anytime goal scorer, plus 140. He has 5 in 4 games. He had the first and last goal for them in the last game, I believe. And the over 6.5 for that game is minus 105. Flipping to the late night, Sin City the Dallas Stars take one on the road, minus 118 to win. A pick that we all loved. 3-leg parlays plus 539.
Absolutely love it. I feel good about this one. I feel good about it. We had a really good week for the most part last week, a bit of a tough stretch on the weekend, but John's back. He's the foundation, man. We need him back.
Help on the good luck charm.
Absolutely. You are, bro. Win or lose, we're happy you're back, dude. We're really happy you're back. Everybody, as always, thank you so much for joining us this morning, whether you're watching live or throughout the day. We appreciate you. Total Apex Sports, we appreciate you. Thank you for having us on board. Head over to totalapexsports.com for all the great NHL analysis, and head over to their socials for live coverage of every single sport. First round collectibles, promo code SportsAddict, 10% off every card in the store. We will be back tomorrow. See you then. Thanks for watching.